Hello all. In continuation to series of what's new in 2023 release wave 1, we are going to talk about get more productivity out of an optimized action bar on all app pages. Now, there's something which was released in BC21, but it's kind of getting better with every release. And if you don't know about it, what was changed in the action bar, we'll talk about that also. So stay tuned. So a promoted action on the action bar can help to learn how to use a product. You can see the more important actions that's promoted as you don't have to dig deep into the menu to find the actions that you need. So in the 2022 release wave 2, Microsoft did release the modern action bar and we'll talk about it. In this particular release, which is 2023 release wave 1, Microsoft bring that optimization to approximately 180 pages in application. So your pages will look like consistent. The actions which are of similar type will be promoted in the right area or in the similar area in different pages based on user feedback as well as telemetry signals that Microsoft receives. Uh, Microsoft was able to figure out where these actions should be placed, and those 180 pages got that update in this particular release. So if you're not aware about what the promoted action changes are, let's talk about it in a while. So traditionally, the NAV or Business Central developers who have worked into the product notice that when they go into a page, let's say customer list or customer card. Oh, that's my name. That's not my picture, but these actions are placed here, and then inside these there are some actions which are promoted in the code, reports and all. And those actions which are not promoted are kind of falls into this category where you have to dig deep to find the action that you need. Now, based on the company that is using Business Central, they might have different needs than what they are placed here. And then using personalize, you can drag and reorganize actions the way you need it. But let's think about it as a developer. What changes for a developer and how Microsoft changed it from a technical standpoint so that we all as developers can follow the similar route while we are doing our page extensions or building new pages so that we follow the similar routine as Microsoft is doing on the action bars. Okay, so let's head directly into VS Code. And before I get into anything, let me show you what was available before. So this is Business Central 19 symbols. Let's look at the base app and let's stick to the same page which we were looking at the customer card. Now what used to happen on the customer card is the first thing that will tell you what promoted action categories are. And this is something which is coming from NAV typically, where if I'm not wrong, the three categories were predefined, and then on a page level, you can define what additional groups you want on your page to be visible. Like in this case, this is new document, approve, request approval, price and discount, navigate, and customer. Now, if you look at a different page, the first three category will remain same, and let's look at it. Let's go to sales order. Okay, you'll see that it'll have the same first three categories which were fixed, and then based on the page that you are in, these new categories were added based on the person who is building this page. Let's head back to customer card and then we'll continue from there. Okay, so let's move to the actions area, and that might be a little bit far, so let me just search for it. Actions, and let me do this. Okay, maybe this. Okay, these all are fields. Let me try to collapse this if I can. Shipping, stats, and area fact box, and then the area actions. Now within actions, what you see is that there is an action or there's a group called customer, which have an image and all, and then inside that there is an action. Now to make that action visible, there are so many properties which are added. as in promoted. So you have to add promoted as true, then you need to define the promoted category, promoted as big. These three properties were required to promote an action. And when it says category 9, that means it's going up here and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So somewhere inside the customer menu, you'll be able to see the dimension action that we just saw. And in the same way, you'll see here it is category 8, and somewhere there is category 7, 6, 5, and so on and so forth. Now, this is the traditional style of writing an action in Business Center. Now, let's keep this as it is. And on the sideline, we'll open a latest Business Central customer card to see how that look. So let me pop up my Business Central 2020 BC22 and let me see that. Okay, so going back here in the base app, and let's reduce this. Let's go into the page. Let's go into the customer card. The thing that you need to notice that promoted categories that we had in Business Central 19 is no longer available, or 20, whatever that version is. That's not available here. So that property is completely eliminated. Now, when you search for this action, and that's where you need to pay attention to it, is now, if you look, that it's a lot more cleaner than it is here. The application area still stands, the caption still stands, image still there, but then the whole set of promoted is no longer available, and it's just run object, run page link and all. But you'll be surprised that when you go to the client, which we were a while ago, so let's go back there on the customer card, you'll see that inside customer, you still see the dimensions. So somehow Microsoft is able to bring that in there. Now, how Microsoft did that? Let's go back in here, and I guess you understood the difference, so I'll make it big. Inside the area, there's a new area that's added, called promoted area, if I'm not wrong. Okay, oh, lot of finding. Let me search for the new one, which is action ref, because that's where it is. Okay, so there's a new area added called promoted, and then inside that promoted area, there are different groups which are created. So if you look at it now, these are called different groups, and I guess still Microsoft is utilizing the old reference that we had, which is the process, the category 5, the category 6, the category 4, the category 7, and let's see what else is there. The category 9. Now you'll notice that inside these categories, there's a caption which will be visible on the client screen. And then there are these single line of statement called action refs. Now, what are action refs? Action refs are references to action. Now, whenever you place these action ref inside a promoted group, that automatically places or promoted those actions into that category. So the action ref has a syntax, and we'll come to it. But hopefully this is clear that when you look at the dimension, and let's search our favorite dimension, you will see that in category 9, which is called customer in your page, there's an action ref added for the dimension promoted. Now this is the name of the action ref, and this is the reference to that particular action. So hopefully that's clear. If not, let's try that. So if I have to add an action and I would like to place that somewhere, let's say in the report, I would like to add a report, let's assume. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll delete this. I was doing something else here, and let me add a page extension. Okay, page extension to my customer, or I'll call it SDH customer card, which will extend my customer card. Okay, finish, and let's just directly go into actions and add an action. Now, how you add an action? You do a add after, add before, which you should never do. You should always do a first or at last. If you don't know it, let me know in comment. We'll talk about it. Why not this and that? Where we want to add it, let's go back and we would like to add it into the reports area. So we'll search for report. There is reporting. Okay. Inside that, I would like to add an action. Now the snippets are also updated. So you don't see the promoted properties and all, and they are not mandatory. Demo report. I call and set the caption as demo report. I'll also set the image as demo report, report, just to keep it simple. And let me just zoom this in if you can't see it. Now what I would like to do is to, let's say, run a report. So I'll say report dot run model, and let's say report customer, let's say top 10 list. Okay. Now, if I publish it right now, and let's try to publish it, it'll be placed and hidden somewhere in the menu, which should get published here. So let's see that. This will be there, the demo report, but it'll be hidden somewhere inside the menu, and user will have to search for it before they start running my demo report, which I have added. So what happens with that is the page will get published, and I know Business Center can do it faster. Let's see. Now, as the menu, as the report will be hidden somewhere, and let's have a look on it. Business Center, let publish it. It's not inside report. It is not. Is it somewhere here? I have no clue. Let's see, related. Report, demo report. So instead of getting placed here, it actually got placed here. And there are other reports also, so no problem. But what I would like to see this report here, I don't have to add promoted properties that I used to add in the past. What I have to do is see where these reports are placed, and they are also placed in an area. So what I can do is I can do a add first in the report category. Now this is where the promoted categories are. What I have to do is I have to add an action ref. Now if you look at the syntax, it says action ref name and then the action name. So my action ref name is demo report ref, and my action name is actually equal to the name that I have given, which is demo report. Okay, and that's it. Now I don't think that there are any other properties here other than obsolete and visible. So let's do this. Just one line of code in the right category where I would like to publish this. View this. So now as this gets published into my Business Central environment, I should be able to see my report into the right category that I'm adding it. Now this also need to be applied on all the new pages that you're building. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. So now if I go into my reports, I can see my demo report. But if I go into reports, do I see it? No. So there are two benefits. That one, it is not repeating, which used to happen in the past, that it will be promoted and then you can also see it here. Oh, you can still see it inside the others menu, which is nice, which I don't want to go into because those are already promoted. But then using the X and ref, you can place them into the right menu. So if I have to add it on customer, I can just see any action which is here. Let's say, okay, I'm not going to go dimension, but comments. So I can just go back here and see where my comments are added. Okay, action comment, and then the comment action is, let's see, action comment. Oh, that's it. Okay, action ref. Okay, it is not on the process, it is not on the approve, it is not on request approval, not on new document, not on pricing one. On customer, I can see that there is an action rep for comments. Now remember this, that if you change this, if I make this name change, which I typically will not do, the action ref will break. So this is a hard binding with that name which is assigned there. So let's understand what Microsoft did in this to make the consistent behavior and make it code more cleaner. They removed the promoted properties, which is promoted as big, promoted category, and then property at the page level. What they replace it, there's a new action group called promoted, and inside that you can add an action reference which points to that action and places it into the right promoted group. Now you can use that, or you should be using that in the page extensions that you're doing, and also on the new page that you're building. You can surely create an area promoted in your new pages. Now, one thing before I leave, because I'm pretty sure there's a question coming up about this. Is there a plan to remove promoted and promoted as big and promoted category? Not explicitly defined by Microsoft yet, but I hope this will get removed in the future, because as soon as they'll keep it, I know some of us will never change it until unless it's supported. And it just makes our code a little bit complex to read. So I hope Microsoft removes those properties going forward and we all start imbibing or utilizing the new way of promoting these actions. So hope you learned something new in this video. If you did, please do share this video with your friends and family on your social media. If you're new to this channel, please do subscribe to this channel, and I'll come back with something new in the next video about Business Central. Have a nice day.